by the world champion Luke Littler, who absolutely dispatched Stephen Bunting, who averaged 94.14. He had 2 darts that are double in it, 1, but finishes of 96, 101, 127 and 107, 6 out of 6, an average of 114.37, and that's only the opening match of the night, Laura.
Yeah, but don't you think it's like what we've now come to expect from them? You know, after last week, we were thinking, can you do it again? It pretty much did. So yeah, it was a fantastic opener. And actually, it's been a year, hasn't it, of records being broken. The 5-9 darters that we've seen so far. You know, potentially more to come. But also now that's a record-breaking points tally. It was at 40. It was held by Luke Littler and Johnny Clayton. Now Luke's just smashed that barrier as well as the 180s.
Yeah, I've seen lately on his Facebook that he's got Guinness World Records, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think the one that I saw him pick up recently was being the youngest ever world champion.
Yeah, he's remarkable, and I don't even think, it's frightening, but I don't even think we've seen the best of him yet. I don't think he's anywhere near the prime version, if he's around long enough. You know, by the time he might be physically in his prime to sort of play darts, he may be retired, sat on tens of millions of pounds. Good luck to him.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But it is exciting, isn't it? The prospect that he offers, and just the way that he's going about the stage. Looking at now, he knows he's qualified. Now he knows that he's got that top spot. You look at him last week and this week, and I think you guys mentioned it earlier, but it is like exhibition darts. That
is something like, as you know, we play and go to lots of them. That is the kind of thing that if the player is in the right kind of mood and frame of mind and everything's gone right, that's the kind of stuff they produce. But to sustain that over the 7 legs played was outstanding, and well, it's sent out a bit of a message to MVG, who must have been watching that thinking, if I do beat Aspinall, I'm going to be walking into that.
Yes, no, it's not a good prospect for anyone, is it? But I mean, what a time we had Luke Littler last week, obviously with that 115 and that epic match against Humphries. Backs it up this week with a 114, 6 out of 6 on the doubles. How good is he going to feel walking back into the O2 Arena next week?
Yeah, and why shouldn't he? He's had a fabulous year to date so far. He's the world champion. He's breaking records. He's ticking boxes. He's winning titles that he wants to win. And it's interesting to listen to him. He's not one of these that, are you going to go for Taylor's record, or I want to win it 5 times. So I just want to win everything once. And he's going to win everything at least once, isn't he?
He's already come back and defended a title already, but we haven't even spoken about the kind of upcoming main event, really. But I think maybe Littler was saying, what about me? Don't forget about me, because everyone's been talking about the next match.
Yeah, well, it's so big, isn't it? It's a win for Aspinall. We know our lineup for next Thursday at the O2, and we've got long to find out, because John McDonald on the stage, he's going to be introducing both players.
Premier League, all brought to you by the Professional Darts Corporation. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet the players. A winner of the UK Open and US Darts Masters, a Euro Tour winner, a Premier League finalist, a winner of the World Match Play. Ladies and gentlemen, time to meet the
Well, Laura, he was very animated there, wasn't he? Nathan Aspinall, he was growling almost on the rooftop.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised. We've seen it more and more as we've got to the back end of this Premier League. But for Nathan Aspinall, he has suffered disappointment the last 2 years. He's missed out by the smallest of margins just a couple of years ago. He desperately wants to admit the O2, and I think that reaction before he's even got to the office tells you quite a lot.
Yeah. Been an incredible turnaround. He was sort of around that P5, P6, and then threatened to. We always felt that final position was going to be the one that was going to be up for grabs. I wasn't quite sure though it was going to come down to, well, the final qualifying night and match number 2 to decide it. And even then, to depending on the winner, it's not even going to be decided potentially to the end of the night.
No, absolutely. I mean, Nathan Aspinall has been in every position on the table apart from first and second. I think that just describes Nathan Aspinall at the moment, as the crowd just continue to sing his walk-on song. It's becoming one of those things that people are just coming here to see.
Yeah, it's become very much part of the experience now, hasn't it? And a bit like throwing 25 gallons of beer in the air when a 9-darter's hit.
It's just disappointing for the fans that there've been 5, because that's a lot of beer.
I wonder if they're going to just start bringing umbrellas just in case.
I have been tempted when I've sat out in the crowd. I have been out there when there's been a 9.
A 7-time Premier League champion and a 3-time champion of the
Well, by comparison, PG looks pretty cool, all smiles and making sure. I think he fist pumped everybody on the walk-up.
Yeah, I think that last fist bump was to Stephen Bunting. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely 2 different kind of walk-ons. But Michael has said it himself. Although it has come down to this night and he's still got the opportunity to do it, he's made far too many mistakes early on. I mean, you could look back to that week and think, was it Berlin?
Yeah.
How much that might have cost him in the end.
Yes, absolutely. And it's been something that we've been saying for a couple of years now. You know, can he still play at the highest level? Yes. Is it often enough? No. And everyone around him may not be better than him in his absolute pomp, maybe with the exclusion of Littner and Humphries, but they've just caught up, and now they're overtaking him, and you start to see a different version of Michael, but he's still. I'm surprised he hasn't got more down on himself. You know, he's still very realistic, he's still very ambitious, but I think he's just sort of accepted, right, I've just got to find a way to win now rather than I'm going to win.
Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? Because the one thing that Michael's always said is he wants to win tournaments. He has that blind ambition. Doesn't matter how many times he's won it before, he wants to keep on winning.
Look how emotional he was when he popped up from nowhere and won that Euro Tour not very long ago. You know, it means the world to him to win, and it must be a strange environment for him, having been such a dominant winner for so many years that, well, now the titles are few and far between. I remember the discussion was he going to win 10 worlds? You know, is he going to win 12 worlds? It just shows you how hard it is.
Yeah, I think there's still a lot of people, even now, though, are probably surprised that it's 3 worlds up to Prez. But I mean, we're having the same conversations about Luke Littler. Who knows? A few years down the line, it may be a very, very similar, look back on a career. But there's a lot in Michael's career. I just think because he was so good from that kind of 2015 to 2017 kind of period, everyone looks to that point, and he's pulled up the rest of the field.
Yeah, absolutely. He came along at the perfect time, and well, I think Luke Littler's come along. It's all about timing, isn't it, in sport? And we've been so blessed with so many great players in recent years that's why the game is, I think, it's just so popular right now.
Yeah, it's a wonderful time to be part of it, and these two have kicked off, and
134.
and Gerwen, they're just pinning 2 treble 19s, 3-2-3 plays 3-4-1 for Aspinall.
Aspinall, as always, super focused.
43.
He gives it everything. He leaves absolutely nothing in the locker when he gets on that stage. I think that's why he's got so many fans, because he
59.
He just gives it. He gives you all he has.
I think people you can kind of resonate with it, can't you? The puffing of the cheeks, the deep breath, the sighs. He's very. You can see it, every emotion he's feeling.
140.
Opening leg of match number 2 this evening. You weren't here for the first one. Where were you?
Possibly might have just made a cup of tea, to be fair.
And it was all over by the time the kettle boiled. You're right. Luke Littler got the benefit of Stephen Bunting. 6-1. Didn't miss a dart at the double and averaged 114.37.
Van Gerwen needed 141. 93 scored, so 48 left for MVG, but Aspinall on a ton.
We're going to have a night of ton plus finishes. We've already had 3 in our opening game, and it's treble 20s found for Aspinall. Tops the hold throw. Perfect. So far tonight, we've only had 1 dart missed at a double, and that was Bunty on double 16, and he hit it the next dart.
Yeah, I mean, they're just the standards that we're coming to expect. You mentioned it earlier. Michael said, personally, and in terms of the field, it's been one of the most difficult Premier Leagues that he's played in, and this is his 13th consecutive one. So it's a testament to everyone else, and that finish, they're testament to Nathan Aspinall, because, as we say, he's had that disappointment, and he knows that this is now in his hands.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a huge game, but he does have a bit of insurance, that being his stablemate, Luke Littler.
Yeah, do you really still want that kind of edgy weight in the back room?
No, not for me. Oh, what a reply. Oh, this one is starting to catch fire. That's our 675th 180 of the Premier League this year.
Yeah, and I think 167, 168 up to this evening went to Luke Littler.
I think that would be a 180 record that may not get me, because 190 at 20.
Yeah, a bit of a lax visit, 41 score by MVG. He's left on a ton, but Aspinall here, just taking a step back from the Yoki. He's got 157 left, and it would be a breaker throw.
Single 20s found low, runs for cover, gets the treble 19, 80 left. Changes the angle and finds the treble 20, so now pressure on the ton for Michael.
We've just seen Nathan take it out in 2. First one, treble 5, but good cover. Double 14 just on the outside. A chance here for Aspinall to go 2-0 up.
Prime MVG hits that, doesn't it? He made a career out of doing things like that, breaking your heart when you think you're just in. But it is a breaker throw. 1 dart, double 14 for MVG. And he finds himself 2-0 down. Aspinall, 4 of their last 5 meetings against Michael in the Premier League. Do you think that counts for anything in this one?
I heard Nathan Aspinall, he knows that record. He's quite happy. That kind of tentative war of words off the Yoki between the pair.
He was quite polite. He was trying to have a little dig, but yeah.
Yeah, I think the statement, he's kind of in my pocket. But he said it's kind of nice.
But not in the back pocket, he's just that one there. So 301 Aspinall, great cover from MVG. 134 takes him down to 227. So he's got a jump on Aspinall on the Aspinall throw.
This is where Aspinall's been so good, especially over the last few weeks. That score to just leave something on.
He's done that well, hasn't he, in the last few weeks? Like you say, he looks out of a leg and then produces a 140 or a 180.
151.
When you're on the other side of that as a player, you think you're comfortable, and then you look at the scoreboard and think, how have they got in front of me again?
Or you end up waiting for them to do exactly that. 161's not going to go for Aspinall. He needs to leave it low. 96 MVG, and that's no gimme. Picks off the ball sensibly to leave 71, just in case.
The first one goes wide and can't find the cover, and it's all going a bit wrong for Michael Van Gerwen. Just 47, 49 left, but Aspinall looking at 71 to stretch the lead to 3-0.
Single 13 leaves 58. Tops now for 3-0. MVG wants 49, and he's going to get a go at it.
Yeah, just a bit too much on that from Nathan Aspinall. 17 found, so double 16 for Michael Van Gerwen, and that is a break back for Mighty Mike. This game is kind of going how I feel. It's edgy. I'm edgy.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm edgy watching it. God knows what the emotions must be like for both of them right now. But like I say, Aspinall does have the insurance policy, knowing that if this game does get away from him, BG's got to get past an in-form Littler. I don't think Aspinall wants to leave it to that, does it?
Absolutely. And Aspinall kicks off the fourth leg with a max, and Michael van Gerwen not quite able to reply in kind.
Just the ton for Aspinall in the end. Down to 221, leads 2-1, 262 minus these for Michael. Single 5, great cover twice. Really recovered beautifully there. Down to 143. Aspinall, this is what he's been doing of late, finding a real big turn. What does he do? Single 1. Recovers with treble 20, needs another. Doesn't get one. Opportunity missed there, I think, Laura.
Yeah, I think so too, because it leaves him on 140. Michael van Gerwen on 143, but neither shots are a given. And when a game has got so much riding on it, these are even harder to take out than normal.
Absolutely. Listen, a normal 60 finish is tough under this pressure. Everything starts to just shrink.
Normal 60 finish is tough anyway now. If you're me, obviously.
Single 20, so he's gone over to the 18 sensibly. 128, leaves him 12. Well, the 91's on for MVG. He's hit the treble 17. He's missed tops, double 10. Oh, on the wire, literally the thickness of the wire away.
Yeah, both doubles really close. Painful look on the face of Michael van Gerwen, because it offers up a chance here for Aspinall to break straight back. Just taking his time, adjusting the grip, double 6 required, it's just on the wire. But that was a perfectly thrown dart, used that first one as a guide, as a marker, and now...
Well, it initially looked too close, so he just changed the angle, he just moved to the left a couple of inches, and that shows you a player who's got the weight of dart spot on, doesn't it?
He's had to work hard on it, hasn't he, as well? And a big reaction there from Nathan Aspinall. I think he's just starting to allow himself to believe.
I agree. He's just starting to enjoy the moment. He's halfway there.
He's back in again for a fourth. There's a fifth. Can't quite fill it up, but in the context of the match, 180 followed by 140.
Yeah, he'll take that. He just wants to edge closer as well. A bit of a Robin Hood for van Gerwen, and only 75 in the end, so he's on 286. Aspinall at the hockey on 181. 2 single 20s. 57.
Yeah, big score here from Michael van Gerwen. He needs a couple of trebles, hasn't found any with his first 2. Finds one with the last, but it's not enough, you feel.
Now Aspinall 6 starts at this 1-2-4. To lead 4-1 in a race to 6. He's found the treble 20. He's got the treble 16, double 8. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Started the match with a clinical 100 check out. He's gone 4-1 up with a lovely 1-2-4.
And this is what I've seen over the last few weeks, especially from Michael van Gerwen, is when he is just starting to get cut adrift, the confidence, that belief in the ability to be able to bounce back, that just seems to wane.
Yeah, I think it's sort of like a boxer who's just taken too many shots, and he's just sort of playing on instinct rather than belief at the moment. He can still play. He's proven that by winning a tournament not that long ago. His averages for this campaign, they're not horrible, are they? He's averaging 96.33 for the whole Premier League season.
59.
No, absolutely. I think the one stat that actually stands out to me is actually the highest finish has only been a 130.
Yeah, that tells you a lot about where his game is. For everyone else except Luke Humphries has had a 170. He's had a 167.
59.
It's kind of indicative that it's kind of taking more than 12 darts to finish a leg.
Yes, there you go, yeah.
140.
He's needing that extra turn, which means he's not taking out those big shots.
Which under some circumstances is totally fine. However, this is the Premier League and you're only going to get away with it for so long.
You get away with it down your local pub, but not here. Good leg from MVG, 102 left. Single 18, single 20. Tide is up with treble 16. Aspinall back on 200. But this is on the MVG throw. He won't be worried about this one jot.
95 leaves Aspinall on a 105 if he gets to come back. Double 8 just inside, so double 4 for Michael van Gerwen. One dart left in hand and it goes inside. A chance for Aspinall.
Wouldn't put it past him.
And again, Aspinall just taking his time, putting the emphasis on every single dart, and it is a part of his throw now, that readjustment. It's a single 20.
Yeah, it's like a reset when he's not happy. He's missed the treble 15, so MVG's gonna come back at double 2. Yeah, it's just when how often do we throw a dart when we know it's not set in your hand right? As MVG does pick up another leg, yeah, and he just won't let go of it. And I think it's a great quality.
Yeah, he's putting it to good use because, you know, you think back, there were doubts as to whether he should really be in the Premier League, and he's proven the doubters wrong.
125.
Wayward third dart there. He was just trying to crash it in. Back comes Michael.
That was a 180 that you could have probably got on a pinhead.
Yep. The point of each dart was next to each other, well, touching each other, and a great 140 from Aspinall.
Can't find that fourth treble, and I think the players this year more than any, with that prize pot of these £30,000 golden darts, that is a real tempter for them when they go 180 off first.
Yeah, and the rarity of them, will they do it again next year? I doubt it. Maybe the first one. It's cost them 150 grand.
Yeah, normally, one, maybe two 9 darters a year, 5.
I wonder who signed that off. I wonder how they're feeling. Right? I wonder if they still got a job. I hope so. 113 for Aspinall for 5-2. Gets the treble 20. Single 13 is found. Tops. It's one of those nights, Laura, isn't it? I've worked how many ton pluses out now. 1, 2, 3, 6 already.
Yeah, absolutely. The 3 from Littler, and then the ton, the 1, 2, 4, and now the 1, 1, 3 from Nathan Aspinall. Aspinall 5 from 7, 71% on the outer ring.
Very good when you look at Littler's, though, is it?
I'd take it, let's be honest. Aspinall now within 1 of making it through to the semi-finals tonight, but more importantly making it through to the O2. Just 406 points stands between him and that prize.
97.
No, he will feel a little bit more tight. You think leading 5-2, he's ohm-and-ohs, but he'll be aware it's about getting that winning leg, and sometimes that's the hardest one to find. But he's got the throw off of Van Gerwen in this leg. 309 starts on the 19s. Oh dear. Yeah, it's just a bit tight. But that's a lovely last start. Placed in the treble 20. Down to 229. MVG 321.
Yeah, what you're seeing from Aspinall now, instead of kind of enjoying it and strutting around the stage, I think the reality has just dawned on him that he only needs one more leg. He's got that healthy lead, but you want to be making the most of it now, because the worst thing is to see it start creeping away.
Yep.
98
takes him down to 131. MVG 221. Finds treble 5. Oh, bounce out on the treble 19. Well, doesn't rain, it pours MVG.
There's a couple of throws, been a bit unfortunate in terms of how they've landed, but this is a 1-3-1. It's a match-winning chance, and the first treble's in. Can't quite find the treble 13, but finds the 18 to tee up perfectly.
Yeah, I think he'd take that. If you said to him, right, you're 5-2 up, you've got 3 at tops. Do you want that? Eva? Yes, please. Thank you very much.
Nathan, you require 40.
Match-winning chance for Nathan Aspinall. 3 darts in hand. First one just goes high. Second one goes higher. But the last one he does find, and that is Nathan Aspinall through to the O2. He will get 4th spot on the table. Disappointment for Michael van Gerwen, but it's all celebrations for Nathan Aspinall up on the stage here in Sheffield. Couple of years of real disappointment for him, Chris, but he must be over the moon.
Yeah, last couple of years were heartbreaking. He was in a similar position to tonight, but he didn't let that opportunity pass him by, and it was a very, very solid sort of professional performance in the end. He finished well, he scored well, he kept everything together in a game that could have got edgy, and he's absolutely over the moon. He is smiling from ear to ear.
Yeah, he definitely kept it all in, because right now what we're seeing on the stage is absolutely everything coming out in terms of emotion. He's not getting off that stage anytime soon, absolutely loving it, but he will be coming back. He will be in the semi-final, and he will be looking to repeat what he did last week in Aberdeen and try and lift another weekly title, but he'll have to face Luke Littler before he does that. But we've still got some more darts to come for quarterfinals, Chris.
Yeah, that's only 2 of the 4 matches we're going to bring you from the quarterfinals, and then, as you say, we'll be into the semi-finals and finals. So we know it's going to be Littler against Aspinall. Luke Humphries will face Rob Cross. They're up next, and then that will be followed by Gerwyn Price against Chris Dobey.
When it comes to the Darts Premier League, the last thing you want is an online mishap throwing you off your game. Threat Protection Pro helps you dodge bogus sites, and with the Dart Web Monitor, you'll get a heads up if your personal info starts circulating in the online equivalent of the Madhouse. Go to nordvpn.com/dartsvpn and get your 2 years plus 4 months free and a birthday deal. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee.